Go ahead and find it. It's on.
Hey, welcome to Virtuous Life Live. Hey, I can't wait to get into tonight's topic. What you said. Your comments. We want your feedback. Is to help people who want to help themselves. How do you help people that want to help themselves? The first primary way that you do that, you introduce them to Jesus Christ. After you do that, you get them into communication and understanding what's on their mind. We want to teach you how to live, and you teach us how to live from hygiene to the highest call. I truly believe God has given us a voice for this time, this generation. Matter of fact, I know that God has given us a voice for this time and this generation. The anointing of God is upon our life, and we're just here to help you. I thank God for this supporting cast that we have. This is some of the leaders of the ministry. We have my wife, oh my God, I'm gonna have to come back to her. God just hit me with the Holy Ghost right there. The Lord is my shepherd. He knew what I wanted. Amen. This is Pastor Vaughn, Lady Chanel, and again, this is my wife, Lady Anita, and we're just so delighted for you to tune in with us tonight. We're thankful for you all coming on the show. Hey, we're gonna talk about what you said. There is a firestorm going on right now about Twitter and tweeting. I don't even have a Twitter account. I don't tweet. I've never tweeted or tweeted. That sounds like something you would sit on your couch. Right, I don't know what that is. But one of the things that we want to get into tonight is that people are so in tune to what you're talking about versus what you're doing. We're paying less attention to people's actions and drawing more attention to the actual things that people say. And the world, I'm not going to say the world at large because I don't really know a lot about overseas and foreign countries. But I do know that the United States, to me, is one of the greatest places of double standard, hypocrisy.
I thought he was going down another road with this.
Just flat out, just rhetorical redundancy of idiosyncrasies that really makes nobody's sense on earth. So we want to talk about some of the things that we have that just popped up in the media. Please, these are our opinions. We're looking for yours. You don't have to agree with us. I don't know all the facts. The cast doesn't know all the facts.
Well, they know the facts.
Right. And if you know the facts, let us know. You know what I'm saying? But, we just want to state some opinions about the double standards and the hypocrisies of our country so that we can try to help the place where you live be a better place. Right. All right, come on, Pastor Vaughn, Lady Chanel, Lady Anita, let's get into it.
Okay, well, first, the big thing that's happening right now is that's in Twitter is the Roseanne statement. I don't know what it exactly was said, but whatever she said caused ABC to cancel her show.
Right.
I mean, people. And you have to really think about it. It not only affected her, but it affected the folks that worked with her.
Yeah. She wasn't the only one on the show.
Exactly. She was the only one on the show.
Well, one thing that I do know, it was, and I don't know the people's names, so forgive us. We're not really coming on to really report the actual facts of each case that we're talking about. We're just going to kind of throw something out there and just talk about the whole generalization of the hypocrisy of our country. Roseanne made a comment that many people took as or perceived it to be a racist statement, that she called one of President Obama's aides an ape.
Right.
Hey, Roseanne is a comedian. And
that's what they do.
And people joke, the dozens, whatever, roast, jug, whatever you want to say, they do that all the time. And the issue of it is that I had with this whole thing, and I'll get into that, is that here it is, once again, this woman got fired over a comment that she made in Twitter. So y'all just talk about that. I want people to comment on that. Like to me, that's a double standard. But I'm gonna voice my opinion last. I want y'all to talk.
But there's one thing you have to understand, man, is that with social media, at first, you take Facebook for instance. Facebook was created just for college kids in the beginning. Just for them to communicate one with another. But of course you can see how big it has gotten. I used to work at Blue Cross Blue Shield, and they look at everything in your life, but before they even consider hiring you. they even look at your they look at your Facebook account and see what type of nonsense or business that you entertain to know what type of person they're hiring, you know. And people don't believe it, but these social media, you may not put it in your resume, but it's a part of your resume.
Right.
It really is, you know. What you say or do, it's going to affect you, and it's going to affect people around you. You know, because if you're a social media junkie or how you want to say it or whatever, you know, you have to be mindful of what you say, because the words you say can affect you at that moment. Yeah. I mean, the Roseanne came on and came back with a show. Came back with a show and was doing great 1 minute, and then she passed a joke or whatever, and I can't say
it was. It's only been on about 3 weeks.
Right. That one comment she put on Twitter. It changed her life. I mean, because that's income for her. Just because she's an actor, she might have streams of income coming from somewhere else. But she started that show up because she needed that money. And that's just real. That's her job.
A guy, one of the guys from, one of the men from, what is the talk show where they interview the celebrities, The Breakfast Club. One of the guys from The Breakfast Club said, just because we have freedom of speech don't mean we're free from consequences.
Right.
And he was like, you know, but with that being said, you know, I wonder why she was immediately attacked and fired, whereas we do have a tweeting president who said far worse than that.
Oh yeah.
And he's still, you know, sitting up on his bathroom toilet tweeting right now.
Right.
So I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. But he's still sitting up in the White House. You know, why was it that she was immediately attacked? I mean, why did she have to get brought down so quick? Because you know, she made that statement.
Well,
what do you think?
First I want to say I don't know too much about the situation because, as my husband can say, I don't watch TV at all.
No,
I don't watch TV at all, and I'm barely on social media.
Right.
Because I have more important things that I have to do. But what I can say is just the overall is sometimes, and I might be going against, but sometimes you just gotta watch what you say, because you can't pick. You can't pick when somebody call. You have a couple of things here, and this is just to stir it up. Okay, now when somebody call somebody out of their name, then it's a big issue. Or when the president say, "I'm gonna grab her," you know what? Then it's a big issue. Or when somebody say, whatever the lady tweeted on the social media has got her fired and everything else. My whole thing about all of it is that everybody is so worried about what everybody is saying.
Right.
Nobody is concerned about what everybody's doing.
Right.
Because right now, what the actions is in this world is what's going out of control. Right. And it could start from what people say, but at the same time, if you ain't really worried about, it's just like that video. What's the video called?
This is America. Childish Gambino.
Right. Like what that basically say is everybody is not even focusing on what's really going on behind the scenes.
Right.
And everybody is. I mean, this lady lost her job.
Right. Exactly.
Lost her career over a tweet.
Right.
But do somebody lose their career over killing somebody that was innocent or didn't do anything?
And see, that's the problem that I have with it is that here it is, she's immediately fired. ABC to me or whoever, and it's just my opinion. I don't even know who her employees are. And her endorsement, she had endorsements as also was removed. They just some cowards to me. That's just the way I see it. Yeah. Not because what she said wasn't wrong. I'm not even dealing with the fact that what she said wasn't wrong. What I'm saying is that they wanted to wash their hands so quick with her to the point to where what she said was so offensive when
actually she didn't even say she tweeted it. So
at
the end of the day,
it was a thought. It was a thought.
But my thing is that, you know, here it is, she tweeted that somebody looks like an ape. That's her opinion. Whether it was racist or not.
Right.
Here's the hypocrisy of it. If a white person says that about another white person, nothing happens.
Right.
But when a white person, a police officer, kills a black man, nothing happens.
Right.
I I got a problem with police officers where they killing whites,
blacks,
whatever, Hispanics, yellow, no matter what it is, that they can keep their jobs. When you see actual footage of a video of them shooting somebody, no gun in hand, here it is, a family just buried their child with a boy being in his own grandmother's backyard, and the police officer, I thought he had something. He at home. And he got shot down. He
can have something if he at home.
You know, yeah, and he can have
on the law. Depending on the law in that state, you can have something
that he's gone down
at home.
Right. And nothing is done about. They didn't lose their job. They didn't lose their pension. They didn't even get suspended. But yet she can talk about somebody.
No, not even talk.
Tweet something.
She didn't even talk. She probably didn't say it out loud.
Right.
You know, it was the whole thought.
And she probably was laughing while she did it.
Look at that.
And the same people that probably fired her was the same people that hired her, because Roseanne is notorious for saying stuff.
Crazy stuff.
She's always been in the press for saying stuff. But who cares about, and you know,
what did Trump call Hillary when they was running?
Oh man, Trump called Hillary something.
All type of names. Why is he still the president? I mean, come on.
I mean, oh man,
he said several things.
He said a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know, people.
And, you know, he's grabbing
it just seems
around
like people just.
You know, I mean, you know, and Trump will go grab women's.
You know,
I know this is a church show.
He's just grabbing cats everywhere. Grabbing cats.
Trump is a cat grabber.
He is a cat grabber.
You know, and a master tweeter.
A master tweeter.
We've never had a president that tweets so much. I'm like, how is he running the country when he's on social media?
Right.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I mean, and he's talking crazy about other people in, you know, the South Korea dude. I mean, he's talking all kind of crazy mad junk. Here's the problem that I have with it, y'all. Here's the problem that I have with it. Because, and I want you all to comment, and I want you all to give me your feedback.
Please.
We as black folk, we as African Americans, we are some of the most hypocritical people that I've ever seen in my life as it pertains to what other races can do to offend us, but yet we do it to ourselves.
Right.
Now, if you use the N-word, then it ought to be all right for somebody else to use the N-word.
I agree 100%.
If it's offensive for a white person to say something that is borderline racial or say something that is racist towards us, then you shouldn't use that same word, because if it's offensive, it's offensive. I can't say you my N, and they can't say you my N.
With or without the R.
Right.
Or
without the R.
Comment on that. Because I understand how we was brought up. I understand how we was raised. And trust me, all my white brothers and sisters, don't walk up to me and call me the N-word tomorrow, because it's going down.
Yeah.
You know, but my whole point of it is that I'm not going to be the hypocrite and say that I'm mad at Roseanne for saying that somebody looked like an ape, to where this woman ought to lose her job, because I got more fear.
Right.
I got more concern about my daughters and my son being out here in America being gunned down, or learning how to make it to the house, because a police or someone in authority may want to take their life versus somebody talking about them. Their skin is tougher than that. And I feel like we as Americans are some punks. You know, for real. I'm just gonna be honest. We get all bent out of shape about what people say, and we're not bent out of shape about what people do.
Right. That's because ain't nobody doing nothing. Right. I'm saying, ain't nobody doing nothing. What they call it nowadays, they got the internet brave. You know, men can, you know, they want to talk crazy, want to fight and have peace. But now, you know, now we're on the web, you know, internet brave. You know, now it's not even about one of the things that T.I. has been doing. He's been showing that it's not just the black people now. Now, we've been getting beat the majority of the time, but he's showing now where the police are beating little white girls, they beating down old white women, they beating down black, you know, old black men, old white. He's going around showing now it just ain't us now.
Right.
Everybody gets beat.
Right, but they're not getting fired.
But they're not getting fired. Right.
But somebody who make a tweet basically didn't even come out of her mouth. Just made a tweet, lost her whole career.
Right. Let me flip something on y'all real quick. Now, she got fired. She was working for ABC. Okay. Now, you got one thing you got to understand is that ABC, they were probably just they were protecting their own eyes, and she just suffered from it. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
We don't want them to think we are racist.
Because you gotta look at in the past year and a half what has happened in the media when it go from, I'm talking about from talk shows or whatever. Well, I'm talking about men have gotten fired for sexually assaulting women, and then all
but I get that. But I get that. You know, and I think it's crazy that here it is, Bill Cosby is 9,000.
Yeah.
And 50 years later, somebody talking about what he did. But that's still action.
Right.
That's still, you know, if you being a pedophile, if you rape someone, if you sexually harass someone, if you actually committed a crime, because trust me, I got a bunch of police friends. I love my police friends, black and white alike. I'm not even against the law enforcement. I'm against the action of taking somebody's life.
Right.
I'm talking about the action.
And it don't matter what color you are.
It don't matter what color
you take somebody's
white on
life,
white, black on black, Latino, Asian, whatever. I'm not even tripping on the race.
Taking life.
What I'm talking about is the action that is coming out of someone's behavior. You know, someone's behavior is taking someone's life or actually assaulting them, and nothing is being done. But yet someone open up their mouth or tweet.
Right.
Tweet, because this ain't the only issue we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the Sixers general manager too. But yet they're losing their jobs behind social media. ABC to me, I know they're protecting their hides, but what I'm saying is that's just the hypocrisy of our country. All we care about is what it looks like, not what it really is.
Right.
So if it looks bad enough, we're gonna do something about it.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That's why from the church all the way to the hood, people care about what they look like versus what they really are.
Right.
Because we got so many studio gangsters and we got some studio pastors.
Right.
We got people who act like they got anointing, ain't got no real anointing. And we got people who in the hood act like they tough, who's not really tough. Won't fight or flee, but to shoot somebody in the back.
Yeah.
Well, I can say this as well before we switch, but what I can say is to be on your side with this particular thing is because we are business owners as well. And when you are an entrepreneur or you do own your own company, you do have to protect your brand as well. You do, because even with the what's the lady that called the guy the N-word, and like she lost like millions and millions.
Paula Deen, honey. I love her stuff too, honey.
But at the same time, she lost a lot from doing that. Yeah. So I can understand that sometimes you do have to protect your company as well. So when you know that you are with a company of that status, then you might need to watch your mouth. Right. And she could have been
what you said.
she could have been an example. Yeah. Saying we don't play that. We have a no tolerance clause.
Right.
So if she went and did something, because like I said, we don't know all of the ins and outs. But what if it was a no tolerance clause? No matter if it is tweeting, no matter if it is out your mouth, or no matter, because when you do, and you know, with our employees, they ain't gonna just go out and just make us lose money, because there's people out there who have said negative things and have lost millions. What if she had said what she said and had caused this company?
Should that be in the clause now in all companies, do you think?
I mean, that would be a good idea.
Trust me, if you are anything above mom and pop, it's probably in your clause.
Yeah.
You know, corporate America definitely has that freedom of speech ain't really free clause in there.
Not free of consequences.
You know, because it's here in our church, it's here in our company, it's here everywhere, that you are a representative of us. Your actions are our liability. And I get that 100%. That's why I'm saying that our country is a hypocrite. That's why I'm saying our country has double standards. Because trust me, if what I say carries more weight than what I do, and a lot of times, you know.
Well, but also a lot of things, a lot of times, what you say sometimes can affect other people. So they might say, "Hey, because this person works for whoever the case is, then I'm not going to watch their show, or I'm not going to buy their product."
We have a young lady that was with our ministry a while ago. She's you know, raps and does her own thing. She's excellent. She's good. She worked for a company here and been there for years.
Y'all comment. I want to hear you comment.
Been there for years, and somebody at the company saw her YouTube page and they fired her.
Oh wow.
And they saw her YouTube page and they fired her just for doing what she does, her own thing.
Now, I think that's
and they fired
that ain't
her.
Right.
From the company that is here in Chattanooga, and that's why I was asking Pastor Smith, you know, should the business have what's going too far? What's going too far for, you know, our employees? What's going too far? How you going to embarrass your company? What is it? You can't say certain, you know, what is it going too far?
I think what has to happen is that if I'm going to be fired from it, you best believe they had to give me a description. They have to give me my parameters, my margins, because just as Roseanne lost money, ABC was liable for losing money. Watch this. And all those other employees that came along on with the show, all of them got attorneys.
Right.
So if it was a wrongful termination, those attorneys are going to ABC right now.
Yeah.
So you best believe that they got some kind of parameters of margin set up to where it says you can, you know, this is acceptable, this is unacceptable, to where everyone knows this is what's going to go down. Right. Because all those attorneys right now are looking for some severance packages, looking for some other jobs, and looking for some get back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Because you know you can't just fire somebody, you know, without them knowing, you know, this is my limit. This is what I can do. This is what I can't do.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. What's the limit?
And here's the crazy thing.
But every company have different parameters as well.
Right. So you never know. They may have had a contract. They may have had some type of contract that her show was running. Was going to run 5 seasons. Right. You understand what I'm saying? And in these 5 seasons, they may have had a contract saying a clause or saying something or other that you're going to get paid. You're going to get paid for these. You know, regardless. I don't know how to word it.
Right. I understand what you're saying. You know, but a lot of times, you know, just like in sports, if you get fired, if you get cut, that cuts your contract as well. You know, because no one is going to pay. Oh yeah, it just depends now. It depends on how it's been. You know, because let's just say if I want to replace you with somebody else, I'm going to give you a severance package. You know, I'm buying your contract out. But if you do something that you're being terminated for, I'm no longer responsible for paying you for what we agreed upon because you acting a nut. You know, but my issue is, and you know, again, I'm gonna keep reiterating this throughout the show, is that I just feel like something has to happen more than marching.
Right. Well, we ain't even gonna get on the marching because
that's our pet peeve. I'm sorry. You know, we gotta do something more than just being. See, I hate being politically correct. You know, politically correct means long as I can cover it up good enough, it's all right. No, wrong is still wrong no matter what it is. I'm not saying what she did was right. I'm just saying I can care less about what she said if what people are doing is not going to be held accountable. If you're going to hold Roseanne accountable, let's hold everybody accountable.
And that makes sense.
And what Starbucks trying to do, they shut it down and train, make sure everybody don't act foolish.
You got to think about it.
You know, we quick to ruin somebody's business. Here's the problem that I have with it. ABC making money, Roseanne making money, the man that was running the camera making money. Okay, I don't know Roseanne pockets no more than I know your pockets. All right? All I know is about our bank account, okay? Now check this out. There was a person that was there who had a job cleaning up the set. Nobody's talking about him. His job gone, her job gone. There was somebody running the teleprompter or the Chiron machine or a technical director, someone running the lights, someone just parking the cars or going getting the coffee. There's somebody's child right now who may not have, you know, shelter. They was affected by this because when that show got hired on, they got hired on. And all because somebody is saying something. But who is comforting that parent right now, that mama? Trayvon Martin's mama, Michael Brown's mama, all these people mama that has lost their children. And those police, even if they got fired from their job, it's not going to bring them back. But when nothing is being done, no, we live in a hood. Man, this country is crazy for that. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to leave. Articulate people who have rational deduction of wisdom have to be able to start thinking and holding our Congress and our legislation accountable to make some of these laws be reflective of the people versus reflective of the higher ups.
All right, got that. But check this. Now, we want something done, and don't get me wrong, I totally feel what you're saying, but there's a certain accountability for the same people that have the same cry that you have. They can fuss and raise all kind of hell about it, but there's no action in what they're doing. What's your knowledge of what's going on? What steps can you take? Who can you talk to? What petitions can you write? People, but wait now, but they have to be knowledgeable. They have to be knowledgeable. If they don't take time to figure these things out and try to do them the right way, they're gonna always be stuck to the back of the bus. And that's black and white life.
I agree.
Marching their lives.
I agree 100% what you say. Here's my strategy for getting the attention of how to get something done in our country. Our country, to me, is not ran by God. It's ran by money. Right? Now, all the Protestant believers and all us charismatics, we can pray all day long. But I guarantee you, if you cut their money off, you'll get their attention.
Oh yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So what I suggest is just like how folks get your attention in the church, pastor, they stop giving. Many pastors who are watching this show right now wish they could say amen. They will change their sermon topics to get that money back in there. I can watch what a pastor say and know that he's preaching for dollars versus preaching for souls.
Yeah.
I already know. I already know just because of what it is. You can look at television and see entertainment. It's not for the art. It's for the money. It's no way possible I'm gonna call my wife out of her name for the art of it. I'm not gonna call her a female dog. I'm not gonna call her a bee. I'm not gonna call her a hoe for the art of it. That ain't art.
Right.
That ain't art. You got people, this is a whole nother show, in our genre of music, who is getting pimped and prostituted and calling this mess art and degrading our women, our children, promoting drugs, promoting violence for the money, not for art.
Right, yeah. Everything is done for the money now.
So my point, what will people
Everything.
do for money? So my point is that if we start strategizing and legitimizing real strong boycotts that will shut the income down. Think about it when the Republicans and the Democrats was fighting.
March just ain't gonna do it. You
March
can
ain't
march
gonna
all
do it.
day.
Yeah.
You can march all day.
You're gonna be in shape.
All you gonna do is just knock the shows out. That's all you're gonna do.
You gotta march for a purpose. You have to march because we are marching, and now let me show you my action.
What's gonna happen after the march?
Right.
After the march, I'm gonna march.
Now, what's the action behind your march? Don't just march because you want to walk.
And then march to Waffle House and sit down and eat.
No,
that's gonna be it.
You have to march, and you have to march and have an action.
If you march up to your local bank, withdraw all your money out, bring your money to a place, or just say you create your own government. You shut the money down that's going. See, when you stop paying these city officials their income and their salaries,
it's changed.
I guarantee you, whoever shot so and so, he's gonna get held accountable.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's all it took for them to get help Meek Mill. They got in touch with the governor. The governor didn't like what was going on because the judge didn't like him. He up there sitting there having breakfast with Meek Mill, the state people.
Right.
That's who helped get him out. It was because they went straight to, this is what we gonna do.
The record label.
I mean, the regular, it was Jay-Z and then the governors and all of them.
Here's the whole thing, though. You always gotta understand something, man. I'm telling you, and this is one of the conspiracy theories we have that circulates around in our circles of conversation, is that everything that goes on in our world is always in our movies. Right. And that was one of the movies that I watched, and all you had to do, I think it was Rush Hour 2. Rush Hour 1 or Rush Hour 2, and it says follow the money.
Right.
All you have to do is follow the money. The money gonna take you all the way to the person who's doing whatever they're doing. You cut off their supply. Listen, money is the oxygen of America.
That's right.
And if you cut off the supply of oxygen, it will get their attention. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Well, but back to what we were saying though, now I do agree that I don't think that if the lady, you said that the lady is a comedian.
Yeah,
right.
Like they do stuff like that. They call people, they make jokes of people all the time.
Yeah.
So my thing is for her to get fired, I don't think that that's right.
It's like it depends on who it is they're talking
punishment don't
about.
get the crime.
It's like it's who it is they're talking about.
Right.
Because
But we talked about people talking about Obama.
Right, the
like
whole
he wasn't even the
time.
president.
They had toilet paper at Amazon with his face on it.
Truth be told, we talk about Trump like he ain't the president.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I think he might get it worse.
The bottom line is nobody really has respect
For nobody.
For nobody.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So you're getting fired over
for nobody.
you're getting fired over being disrespectful to in a disrespectful society. But what you know?
You like what? Who? How do you pick and choose?
What's gonna be disrespectful?
How do they pick and choose? Because everybody's doing it.
You know, enough money to buy you out. Check this out. Enough money to buy you out of a rape case where we know that it's in the news right now that some of these gymnasts were molested and raped.
The young girl.
And done in by their coaches. And enough money to buy you out of that. But yet this person getting fired over a tweet? Come on.
It's crazy.
The next one, I don't even know the guy's name. I don't forgot about it. Y'all done got me all stirred up. The next one is the general manager for the Philadelphia 76ers. He has been accused of allegedly having a burner Twitter account, a fake account.
Did he call
He
it a
went
Twitter?
that far?
He got a fake.
One, 2, 3.
Right here was like, let me go and disguise myself over here in this Twitter. People crazy.
But why we laughing about it? Mark
They be
on
doing that
ESPN, he said all general managers at least get 7. He was making a joke, but this is something that they do often. I mean, social media has taken our country so crazy by storm to where we're not even civil no more, y'all.
Right.
Here it is. Right. This man was making, he's allegedly making comments on a Twitter account about his own players. Sometimes you can't say what you want to say to people. I know people who's done that now. And y'all know when you feeling some kind of way on Facebook,
you want to make another account, and I'm gonna tell you what I really feel
about you lying, blank. You know what I'm saying? You'll make another account to get on another account to see what that account is doing, so you can comment about that. Come on, man.
I'll say
that
this.
Is true.
I know social media has taken this country on a far greater turn than what we need to be. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
But social media just didn't come up by itself.
It's the minds of us.
It's become the reality for some people. Life ain't real.
Yeah. See,
that's the point that I'm talking about.
Yeah, it ain't real. It's that what they give you.
It's an escape for people because take my daughter for instance. She's in the army, all right, and she shut down her Facebook. Everything. She shut down her Facebook account and all that business before she way before she enlisted. You want to know why she shut it down? She said because these grown folks got way too much drama.
Right.
And she
was like, I thought it was for us, mama.
Right. She said, I thought it was for us. And see, it's your mind state. It really is by this social media.
Well, see, the thing about our leader is, we already knew that we was dealing with a person who wanted so much attention. Any person that's on social media as much as our leader is, that's a person that's having an attention desire. He wants to be heard. He wants to be seen. He wants somebody to deal with him. He wants to be touched. He wants to be handled. And the problem with that is that when your leader is the heartbeat of the lying falsehood of reality, then what's your country gonna look like?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're only as strong as your head.
Right.
You know what I mean? And part of the problem of it is that the hypocrisy of our world, man, the double standard of our world, where are we gonna be at in the next 20 years? And here's the whole crazy thing. The whole majority of society, is the ones that giving into it. That's why the rich is still getting richer and the poor is still getting poor, because the real people who are behind the scenes making these things happen. Because y'all think Zuckerberg did Facebook all by himself? You're crazy.
No.
But speaking of him, you know, there was a time, maybe about a month ago, maybe a little bit longer than that Mark Zuckerberg was on Capitol Hill, and they was holding him accountable for the entire Facebook. Listen, I know what you're saying.
Fall guy,
I understand that. I understand that fall guy or not. But guess what? They put his face on there.
Yeah.
They put his face on there.
For $1 trillion, you let them put your face on there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
But
you know, when you didn't even graduate, I mean, I don't know if you graduated or not, but when they just pulled you up out of a dorm room allegedly, and then you got this $1 million creation that just went public, and now you worth $1 trillion, you don't care if they're gonna scandalize your name. You ain't finna serve no jail.
You just said something, so I can get to what I was saying. Now now he had to go before before Congress or however or whatever. You know, what he paid off or not. You know, regardless of whatever. And what I'm trying to get them to understand is this: it's a continuous cycle. You see what I'm saying? Somebody's going to get paid off to look a certain way so they'll look better.
That's all I'm saying.
And it's a continuous cycle, and it goes back to what you just said. You know, this nation says that it was built off the precepts of God. In the beginning, it may have been. You understand what I'm saying? But now, like you said before, it's not. You got money, you got status, your name, the whole 9 yards, and God is nowhere. God is nowhere in the equation. So the true indictment is and if you call me wrong, you know, have or whatever, I really truly believe the true indictment is against those that believe God for who he is and believe God for what he created this nation for. You understand what I'm saying? So you got pastors, if you're watching, you can watch it on a replay. Please do, because if you got a comment, do this, you know, because we got folks like me and you. You understand what I'm saying? Leaders. You understand what I'm saying? That the change has got to start somewhere. You said it before. You know, when you lose money in the church, you and I, and you just as well as I can, you can tell when a pastor is preaching for money and not for soul. Right. You know, because they react. Right. You know, I mean, we have to stop reacting to what's actually going on. You understand what I'm saying? And lead and be proactive.
Yeah.
You know.
But see, what we're dealing with not only congregations, we're dealing with communities.
Oh yeah.
People who are driven by their own desires to have it all. So the lie that's being fed to us, whether it's from the church house or the White House, is that you're not successful unless you have it all. We can't tell ourselves no, like our talk show last week. Wasn't that our talk show last week? Can you tell yourself no? You can't tell yourself no long enough to resist anything to where you even create a change. If you had to tell yourself no, that you're not going to go to ABC restaurant. I'm not going to even say don't go to McDonald's or Burger King, because people will stop going to Burger King. They become a pastor told everybody not to go to Burger King.
Here come Burger King.
No, what I'm saying is that, and if we got that much power and that much movement, shoot, we ought to be having people.
Right.
You know, but my point is that we can't even resist change long enough to create change.
Yeah, that's right. We want.
That's why we're slaves.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about black folk. I'm talking about humanity.
That's it.
The system.
It's a different form. Right.
Yeah.
It's
machine.
It's machine. Right.
They got us in slavery because we can't tell ourselves long enough to change. I guarantee you, if you stop spending money,
you don't even know what it is.
Listen, let me tell y'all this. Watch this. Amazon has changed the game in shopping. Right?
Oh, dear.
Shutting malls down.
Malls are shutting down.
I'm talking about for real.
Malls are shutting down. I'm talking about
they got Amazon stores.
It's stores in the mall now that can't even get close to the mall 10 years ago.
You do.
Right?
You'd be like, give me chicken. And they come to the Amazon store. Listen, you walk in the Amazon store, listen, and you stand in front of the salad, you'd be like, lettuce come. And the lettuce will come in, it'll give to you, and then you walk out. Ain't no cashiers in this store. You walk in, you get what you want, it replaces itself, and you walk out. All it scan your card.
But it charge your account.
Yeah, it charge your account.
My whole
You ain't even got to do nothing.
my whole point with the whole Amazon change the game. What I'm saying is that they stayed in business and they're generating so much income to where malls are shutting down, right?
Right.
Stores are shutting down. Toys R Us, baby,
Kill them all.
We don't go through the change long enough to shut nothing down.
Right.
If Amazon can shut malls down worldwide,
right.
What can you do in your local city if you stop contributing? If you cut off their money, I guarantee you can change something. I'm so sick of our people marching when somebody black gets shot. I'm so sick of white people talking about black people stop crying. All you have to do is shut off the money supply, and I guarantee you'll get some change. That's what I'm talking about.
We won't do it long enough.
It's so
messed up
everywhere right now. Like even our topic of just like it's happening so many in so many different directions. Right. Like just the lady getting fired, or this not happening, this is happening, this not happening. People are really doing what they want to do. That's just what it is. And it's so much to talk about in that particular field because there's so much mess going on, and there's so many blind people to the fact because there's so much into what we say everything else, or our young generation is so much into music. It's just so much to talk about, and the question will actually be is just what will you do? Like, what do you do? Right. So at the end of the day, what do you do? So somebody made a tweet.
When you're done,
so somebody made a tweet and lost their whole career.
Basically, this is a show. No, she already had a rep. This show ran for years. Like the Roseanne show before it came back, it ran for years. You know what? Everybody knew about that show. And you can tell me one comment made her lose all that.
It makes me think they just wonder about the show.
Yeah, it's like we looking for a way. Oh, she said 8. Go ahead and shut her down.
Right.
But you know that's a crazy thing about it, and you know that could be a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. It lets you know how people play with folk lives, like little pieces on a puzzle, to where this person over here can touch little girls and nothing happens. But this person over here, you know, we're gonna control your life, and this ain't never happened.
They can tweet,
all because of social media.
You know,
all because of social media.
And, you know, everybody can inbox me and write letters and get mad all you want to.
I'm writing the first letter.
You mean to tell me they didn't know about Bill Cosby 30 years ago?
Well,
they did.
I mean, come on, man. You mean to tell me nobody said nothing?
But they waited till he got 90.
But he was a cash cow.
Yeah.
He was making them so much money to where, hey, you know, shut up, girl. Yeah. He ain't do nothing to you. That's Bill. You see what I'm saying? But now, you know, Bill wanting to buy NBC is a problem.
Right. Oh, you remember that time he used to touch that little girl? Let's talk about it.
Shut him down.
Right.
I'm just saying, we live in a double standard world, and you have to be careful. You have to be careful because there are people who love power way more than they love the power of love. And that is, I'm gonna keep saying that. That's gonna be our motto. That's gonna be our thing. Thank you, Jimmy. You know, that's gonna be our thing.
Well, it's just people who love and put it out there, and you'll get all these followers. People will believe you, and you'll be this, and you'll be big and that. And really, you just sit You'll just be sitting in a little dark room looking crazy with 2 twigs of hair, no edges, and you'll be sitting there, edges gone, and you'll be this lonely, bitter person who does this all the time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's you can't, what can you do with, you know, with 90% of Americans, I don't know how the other ones out there doing, that are addicted to social media.
The media is just gossip recycling.
Yeah.
Right. Okay?
Right.
Now, let's look at it this way. You know, I don't know the percentage, but a great they're being thrown into human trafficking.